How to start a $1 million MLM business in 1 hour. In the second MLM company I was in business for about 10 years and earned a total of $1 million. I made a decision and, rolling up my sleeves, began to act. And again I built a large organization of distributors and earned another $1 million. Hello friends. My name is Andrei Poluhin and today I will give you a simple formula of all millionaires, of all times and peoples. And I will immediately give an answer at the end of the book.
It's written here in red letters. These are certain personal qualities.
And what are they doing, these people? Only 4 points. They have a very strong intuition, and based on this intuition, they quickly understand the topic. They make decisions quickly. And, of course, the 4th point, they immediately begin to act.
Because as a rule,
these millions are millions and are earned just when these people feel that a trend is coming. Companies, businesses and so on develop along this trajectory. And this exponential growth will eventually come to an end. And those who came at the start, they just get these dividends.
Because they came to the MLM company at the start,
when the markets were not open yet. As you understand, I have already given you the answer at the end of the book. These are the general principles of all millionaires. And how does this apply to network marketing? Now we will talk in more detail about this. So I conditionally drew 2 puzzles like this. The first puzzle is the company and the second puzzle is the leader. This is the one that will start in an hour. Well, of course, when these 2 puzzles match, then this miracle happens, and then this formula starts to work. And, as you know, the puzzles may not match. Therefore, today we will talk in more detail about the puzzle company and the puzzle leader. Here's a look at what's going on. In fact, I'm talking about a specific company that is at this stage right now. As you understand, this is a critical moment.
It is at this moment that you need to join a company like this.
It gives a great opportunity. Therefore, this puzzle is depicted in such a convex. The large convex part represents an opportunity. And this opportunity is in the particular company I'm talking about now.
It is exactly like this.
A huge opportunity. How does this opportunity manifest itself? The first is a small circle. This is, of course, a product. It is now in a huge trend and very popular in America and Europe. The next circle is marketing, which smartly rewards distributors for their work. The next circle is the time of joining the company. Well, you understand yourself, and you know such people who came at the start of the company. They're all millionaires now. They are the leaders of the company. They have huge organizations, because they all join at the start of the company. And the growth in the world has not begun yet, and there are still a huge number of countries that do not have open markets. And this is the potential for growth, this exponential growth. The next 4th round is the opportunity for passive income. Precisely because there is a unique product that is very valuable for people. It solves many health problems. And when the company reaches a plateau, when the main growth is over, then this residual consumption of products will allow you to receive passive income. Accordingly, see what happens to the leader's puzzle. A leader, of course, has certain needs. I have listed only the main ones. There may be many more of them here. Often networkers are dissatisfied with the product. They are looking for products that are good for themselves and that benefit people. Well, and, accordingly, of course, a marketing plan that rewards well for this work. This, of course, is a big pain, because for many leaders, it happens that the product is cool, but marketing, unfortunately, does not hold up.
It is either binary,
where one leg and nothing happens there, or stir-step breakaway, where you need to constantly look for leaders. And there is no growth, because the company is already in this period. And there is no passive income. They get $1,000 to $2,000, but the check does not grow. For example, someone dreams of becoming a millionaire, and for this the check should be more than $80,000 a month to become a dollar millionaire. That is, these needs form the leader's puzzle in the same way. Here is the product, marketing, growth, passive income. Each ring is also responsible for a certain need. And when the needs are high, then this puzzle also has this large volume of need. And when this person meets such a company with such opportunities, then the puzzles coincide and the docking takes place. Then the person says, "That's it, this is my company. Look what's going on." Of course, then personal qualities turn on. A person can have them, even if he is not yet a professional in network marketing. I can tell you by myself. When I started network marketing, my sponsor drew circles for me. This meeting lasted about an hour. That's why I called today's videos, "How to Start a Million MLM Business in 1 Hour." Because it was at that hour that all this happened to me. At that time I was green, unsociable, I was afraid of people, I didn't know how to sell, how to speak, make a presentation, I was afraid to meet people, that is, I was very complexed. If you had looked at me then, you would have said, "You will never be a networker at all." When all these diagrams were drawn to me, I intuitively felt that this was mine. I made the decision here, right at this presentation.
Everything became clear to me.
I will deal with the details later, with the product, marketing, and so on. The main thing is that I got into the topic and made a decision. The first thing I started doing was acting. I went looking for $100 to join this company. I left this company 6 months later, but these same qualities manifested themselves when I joined another company. In the second MLM company I was in business for about 10 years and earned a total of $1 million. I'm telling you, this is not by hearsay, but from my own personal experience. In my second company, this period came and then it even got worse. That's how the trend went, and then my needs started playing inside me again. And I started searching. When an internal need is formed, of course, information comes, you are called somewhere. The main thing is not to miss this moment and feel it. Analyze the information, listen to your intuition, your inner voice, and make the right decision. And then, in 2004, I made a decision and, rolling up my sleeves, began to act. And again I built a large organization of distributors and earned another $1 million. So let me make a summary. What is this video really about?
Everyone can take advantage of this opportunity now.
Even if you are not a super duper experienced network marketing leader. Or even not a networker at all. Network marketing is open to everyone as one of the types of business. John Kalench called network marketing the greatest opportunity in the history of mankind. And I completely agree with him. So, friends, in order to join our company, you will need only an hour of time. Half an hour to listen to the presentation and half an hour to register with the company. If you are interested in this opportunity, under this video you will find all the links and personal contact with me. And see you. Bye. If you like this video, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel to receive notifications of new videos. Watch the next video on my channel.